The Grand Prix, and in the back of this V-carb, an all-new power unit for Yuki Tsunoda. 60 places, the grid penalty that he amassed with that, which meant he would have started in Germany, which is where we ended up last night. We took a wrong turning on the motorway. 100-kilometer round trip was actually rather amusing. Such is the beauty of the countryside here. It's easy to make a mistake. Anyway, Yuki, hoping for a good race today. Hello, Bat. Has he got a chance of fighting for points today with that big, powerful engine in the back?
We'll do what we can, of course. We've looked at everything strategically, and we'll give him the best shot.
Got to play it on the hoof a little bit with the weather this weekend. How much knowledge have you actually got to make that strategy?
How much what, sorry?
Knowledge, like from the sessions.
Yeah, we've got a bit. We've got a bit from Friday. We had a whole day of dry running on Friday, so we're as prepared as we can be.
Lovely stuff. Good luck today. Appreciate that. Right, Go Guan Yu picked up a 3-place grid penalty for impeding Max Verstappen. A tough weekend for him in the kick. Sauber, not so much for his teammate Valtteri Bottas. We'll get onto him in a minute because he's actually feeling pretty confident for the race. Then the Williams of Logan Sargent and James Vowles again saying today that he actually has to fight to maintain his seat in the second half of the season, even though recent races, he's actually upped his game, upped his performance, has been showing really, really well. A disappointing run for him yesterday, particularly in this car, which we expect to be competitive. Very fast in a straight line, decent top line speed in that Williams. Expect to see him trying to make a march through the field, but how hard will that be when one considers the two cars ahead of him are the Haas F1 team cars? Now, these have been optimized for the dry running. These have been optimized all the way through the weekend for straight line speed. They've had great straight line speed, great top pace at the end of the straights, and both drivers were not expecting a decent run in qualifying yesterday. They were all focused on the race today. Lance Stroll, the team did a brilliant job with him in order to be able to rebuild that car after he had an off in the wet. He couldn't quite do what Fernando Alonso did in qualifying. But we know Lance goes well around here, and he'll be hopeful of picking up some points and making his way through. But Aston Martin's still a little bit confused about where they're at with their upgrades. I'll just pull that tensor barrier to the side for you, Olivier. You're welcome, my friend. This is the car of Valtteri Bottas. I asked him earlier today, I said, oh, it's lovely here, isn't it? The air and the countryside. He said, yeah. He said, I can smell the barbecues. I said, you can smell the chips and mayonnaise. He said, yeah, I can smell points. Valtteri Bottas, feeling confident coming in to the Grand Prix. Right, Daniel Ricciardo, he's feeling confident of some points today as well in this V-carb, very racy through the weekend. But so too are the Alpines. Pierre Gasly just to the left there in the car that is resplendent in the Wolverine and Deadpool livery. Maximum effort from the team here today and for this weekend. Oh my goodness, that Eden Hazard. Hello sir, how are you?
I'm very good, and you?
Very, very well. How's retirement treating you?
It's nice, it's nice. You know, we're lucky we have the good weather today, so it's not every year like that in Spa, so...
Very true.
Need to enjoy.
Very true. How much do you miss the buzz of competition?
The miss what?
The buzz of competition.
You know, I stopped only 1 year ago, so...
Yeah, no, enjoying it still then?
Yeah, and I'm still around, so...
Yeah.
I miss, but I don't miss. You know, I have time free for me, so...
Love it.
It's okay.
Who's your tip for today?
I think Max is going to make it.
Love that.
I hope so.
Ed, great to meet you. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time, my man. Max Verstappen, we've spoken so much about him already today. Starting P11 in that rocket ship of a Red Bull. The wing level should afford him all of the speed through that important Sector 2. And critically, of course, allow that maximum DRS effect when he gets into Sectors 1 and 3, which could play him into contention with those McLarens. Alex Albon feeling pretty confident today about gunning for points. He starts from P10, having been promoted with Max Verstappen's penalty. But he accepts the fact that this Alpine will be lightning fast and hard to get by. And that's because look at that rear wing. It's almost flat. That is optimized for the dry settings. That is optimized for straight line speed. Esteban Ocon is going hunting today through sectors 1 and 3, but he knows he's got to hang on to it through sector 2 because tire deck will be a nightmare. Fernando Alonso pretty much made the most of conditions yesterday, is expecting a difficult day today when everything's been tipped on its head from the wet to the dry. Carlos Sainz recognizing that he didn't optimize his qualifying yesterday to find himself all the way down this part of the grid when his teammate finds himself on the pole. Do Ferrari have the car to take the fight today? a lot of doubt in this paddock that they do. Then the Mercedes of George Russell, who, like Lewis Hamilton, believes that they had a car yesterday that could possibly have done a little bit more, should possibly have found themselves further up the grid. Today could be a struggle. Ruth obviously telling us earlier they lack that top line speed. Then Oscar Piastri, our most recent race winner, doing a brilliant job so far to line up alongside his teammate Lando Norris. We believe they will be one of, if not the fastest pairing today on this grid and in this race. Max Verstappen is wary of them, so too Sergio Perez, and on the front, Charles Leclerc. Can Lewis Hamilton play a role in getting into the mix on that run down to Les Combes on lap 1? It will be all important. Sergio Perez hoping to make the most of this race this afternoon. Will it be his last? Can he save his career? One of the most important races for Sergio Perez in his entire time in Formula One. And what of Charles Leclerc? A surprise pole position yesterday for the Ferrari man. Has it all to do today on the 99th anniversary of the first Belgian Grand Prix back in 1925. We pause now for the national anthem of Belgium.